It's getting ridiculous. Folks, if you follow the channel, you've probably seen that I did a video covering the controversy with the Chavez. So let me first give you a little bit of background. What went down on Omar Chavez fight that did not happen a few weeks ago. Omar Chavez is the son of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., the great Mexican legend that he is very loved by the Mexican public and just the boxing public in general. Great fighter, tremendous legacy. But the sons, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Omar Chavez, are not like him. And that is something that everyone who follows boxing just has to realize. Because even though the Pops, great fighter, legendary Mexican boxer, he is his own legacy and his kids are their own legacy. So let's go ahead and talk about what happened. So Omar Chavez, the son of Chavez Sr., was supposed to fight a few weeks back. There was a rehydration clause. His opponent was a fighter by the name Misael Chino. Misael Chino, he was at that moment, he was trained by Robert Garcia. And there was a rehydration clause in the fight where both of them walked in, made weight. Then the next day, the rehydration clause was for a certain amount of pounds, a certain amount of kilos. And Omar Chavez was overweight. He did not make weight for that rehydration clause. And it was a ridiculous situation where he avoided getting weight into the last minute when the crowd was ready to see the fight. He ended up getting weight. He didn't make weight for that rehydration clause, and the fight did not take place. Misael Chino decided not to fight. He was advised by his team. It was a consensus that his corner put together, and they decided not to fight. Anyhow, if you take a look at the scene, if you take a look at the facts, there was a rehydration clause. Omar Chavez did not make weight the second time around, the day of the fight. But Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., who, again, great Mexican fighter who we all love, has come out and he keeps sticking up for his sons and is expressing that Misael Chino should never fight again. That was his early reaction, and following a few days, I thought that he was going to register, process what happened, and maybe come out, give a statement, give an apology, give a different perspective. But he doubled down on Misael Chino not being allowed to fight anywhere ever again. I saw this in Un Round Más, which is a podcast with Eric Morales, one of the greats of Mexico, and Marco Antonio Barrera, another great of Mexico. Both of them conduct this podcast. And that's where I saw them. Well, that's where Eric Morales interviewed Julio Cesar Chavez. And simply, Chavez expressed that it was ridiculous. Misael should not be allowed to box anywhere ever again. Even though, if you look at the facts, it was really the fault of his son that the fight did not take place. And I get it. Chavez is going to stick out for his sons, but they are grown men. They are adults, and for the actions they take, there are consequences. And Eric Morales was conducting the interview. I can see, if you see the body language, if you hear the demeanor of his voice when he talks, he wasn't completely comfortable with the answers, the statements that Chavez Sr. was giving, on doubling down on his son not being at fault. But he played the game. He played politics, and he basically, made Chavez feel really comfortable, said whatever he had to say to kiss up to Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Folks, That's what happened recently. From my point of view, I believe that there's rules, there's regulations for a reason. People sign contracts, there's alignment from the gate, and there's expectations to be taking place if you are going to walk into a professional boxing ring and put your life on the line. That's my point of view. It's time for Chavez or Omar Chavez, the Chavez family, to own up to things they haven't been doing well in the sport of boxing. And it's a little tough because we all love the great Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Folks, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If boxing is what you like to follow on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll keep the videos coming. Peace.